to be your MC for the night. Yeah, we need that for a poetry slam. So, let's see. Up first, we're going to have Jacob Brown reading 2 original poems. So, come on up, Jacob.
In the woods. I went to the woods one day, my favorite spot to pray. In the shadows I lay, 'cause he protects me in the shadow of the day. God, by Jacob. God made the moon and the stars. He made Jupiter and Mars. He made you and he made me. He even made the smallest bee.
Here's a little fun fact about poetry. So usually with poetry, instead of clapping, we snap. So there's a little fun fact for you. Up next, we have Josh Peterson reading 1 original poem.
Sick by Shel Silverstein. I cannot go to schools today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I counted 16 chicken pox. And there's one more, that's 17. Don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be enzymatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched. My ankles sprained. My headache pain each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff. My voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbows bent. My spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is, what? What's that? What's that you say? You say it is Saturday? Goodbye, I'm going out to play.
Nice job, Josh. So, did India not show up? Okay, Okay. So up next we have Precious reading 3 original poems.
This one's called Rainbows. Pink as cotton candy, red as special moon, blue as good deep sea on a stormy night, green as shiny four-leaf clover, and yellow as the bright big sun high in the sky. Oh, rainbow, you are so beautiful, wish I could fly into you. It's called Socks. Socks, socks, socks. You can tie it in a knot, you can put it in a pot, you can put it on a fox. Socks, 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 socks. Then see how it goes.
This is called Our Generation by Jordan Nicole. Our generation will be known for nothing. Never will anybody say we were the peak of mankind. That is wrong. The truth is, our generation was a failure. Thinking that we actually succeeded is a waste, and we know that living only for money and power is the way to go. Being loving, respectful, and kind is a dumb thing to do. Forgetting about that time will not be easy, but we will try. Changing our world for the better is something we never did. Giving up is how we handled our problems. Working hard was a joke. We know that people thought we couldn't come back. That might be true unless we turn things around. Now we've got to read it from the bottom to back up.
Useless, we turn things around. That might be true. People thought we couldn't come back. We knew that was a joke. Working hard is how we handled our problems. Giving up is something we never did. Changing our world for the better will not be easy, but we will try. Forgetting about that time is a dumb thing to do. Being loving, respectful, and kind is the way to go. Living only for money and power is a waste. And we know we actually succeeded. Thinking that our generation was a failure. That is wrong. The truth is, if we were the peak of mankind, never will anybody say our generation would be known for nothing.
That was really neat, guys. So up next, we have Kaylin reading one original poem.
I'm sorry. I Too Sing America by Langston Hughes. I too sing America. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes. But I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow I'll be at the table when company comes. Nobody dares to say to me, eat in the kitchen. Then, besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am America.
Okay, so these next readers that we've got, they've been chosen to be published in the Young Americans Poetry Digest. So we'll welcome up first Sierra Manasseh Kernan, who was published for her poem Just a Girl, but she has 3 original poems today.
Just a girl. I never took that as an insult or as a threat, but as a compliment. It doesn't matter what I think, but it doesn't matter what I think. I'm just a girl, someone who could be your best friend, someone who could stick by your side. But no, girls can't do anything at all, except be a leader, a dancer, an actress, an artist, a musician. We can inspire, create, build, and destroy. Yeah, I'm just a girl, and I'm proud to be one. Another poem that I'm reading is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods are these? I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it's queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year, he gives his harnessed bells a shake to ask if there was some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are dark, lovely, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
Next up, I'd like to welcome my good friend Lucas to read his published poetry.
I've got it here in case I forget it again. So this one's called Side by Side by me. Face to face, one struck the other, turned their backs, and disowned each other. Side by side, they begged and pleaded, while the other thought they were not needed. Face to face, they worked it out, and back to back, they had no doubt. Side by side, they fought together, and side by side, they stand forever. And this next one might be a little too dark for this, but it's okay.
Okay, so up next we're going to have Angela Kubicki come up and read some of the poems from the students who couldn't make it to read their own tonight.
I picked a few, so here it goes. The first one is by Titus Daniels, called It's Spring! New buds, fun mud, it's spring. Birds sing, it's spring. The next poem is by Jessica Knights, who is in 5th grade and is 10 years old. A little more information about her. So. She wrote a poem called The Horse. The mane is like the softest silk. Its calm, gentle eyes and soft velvety nose melts my heart. With a strong, majestic body, it moves gracefully and delicately, and its coat gleams in the sun like golden rays of light.
So, now we have Megan Cook reading some of her own original poetry.
Let me just find the page real quick. Reflection by Megan Cook. Alas, I am fascinated by this bilocation, this strange copy of myself, doing as I do, looking exactly like me. Flaws are just gawking at me, haunting my skin. I do not give in. Just see the grin, see the kind expression staring back at me. Looking inside my eyes, I see my soul, oh, my beautiful soul. Not yet stained by life, only aged by its childhood. I see pride in who I am, quite a grand thing. Resilience gained from mistakes, strength for the future. Tell me now if I should cry. Help me understand life and the vain world. Tell me why they are convinced I'm a xenophobe, and please tell me what you see in me that you don't see in yourself. You give yourself zero respect, which is contrary to my heavenly vision of you. Okay. I'm just getting this other one up, too. Okay, here we go. So this one is untitled, and it's also by me. Placed among the trees in the forest were all the seeds somehow knew to go to this place, and no, not by mistake do these seeds make their way to where the river met the place where land was, and there were also people. Yearning for their hearts to quit, bouncing in their chests like a lion, and now they're out of breath as they're searching for Larry the janitor, who ordinarily could be found upstairs near the desk. Now really you could say that he's obsessed with this thing he calls a job, and it frankly worries me that he'll never find who he's supposed to be, or where he's supposed to go, or who he should love, who he's supposed to spend his whole life with, and leave when times are scary and tough. I'm afraid that he'll never find the one that'll shield him until they can't. But I guess I can't judge when my future is unknown as well.
I just found out about this really cool addition to the program. So we're going to welcome Angela back up, and she's going to read a poem entirely in Latin.
I couldn't miss the opportunity. It's Classics Week, if you guys didn't know. I'm a huge classics person. I speak a little bit of Latin. I'm going to read you a poem by Catullus, who some of us might know as, we call him in our Latin class, the R-rated Latin. But this is not R-rated, I promise. But it's super beautiful. If you want to know more about Ovid, Catullus, and the classics, definitely come talk to me, because I'm actually wearing my OG, like my first ever Latin shirt today. I just didn't even plan on this, but it is Classics Week. Yesterday Rome was founded, so it's kind of a big deal. So here it goes. This is Unentitled by Catullus. It was in one of his books. He doesn't really title his poems. Little background information on this. Okay, we vamos. Mia lesbia ataque ananus. Neurosique semonurum. Omnes unis aquatenus. Anus. Solum octoitare deridere posunt. Nobis cum selentem octudit breve lux. Nox es perpetua una dormia da mihi na basi milli dene sentium. Dini milli alteream. Dini secrun sentium. Dini essesque altere milli. Dini sentium dien. Cum millia multi forturismus. Contribus ilia e niscimamus. Na ut ne quis malus inaure posunt cum tantiam scivunt esse bassarum. Some Latin, someone actually, whoever translated that or copied it down, put in the wrong M's in some places. If you guys want the corrections to that, I can give you that too. But thank you for entertaining me for a few seconds there with classics weeks and everything. It's a pretty big deal.
So I guess we're going to close out our program with one of... Oh, yeah. Anyone?
Is there anyone else who would like to share a poem?
Well, I guess we'll close out the program then. I'll close it out with one or two of my own poems. So this one is called Voices of Life. It was actually published by the National American Library of Poetry. So, if I were to create a light from the spark in a lone coal, would you see it as the savior from the rush of not knowing, or as destroyer of the dark and calm of nothing? If I were to sing a song like a lark in the absence of winter cold, would you see it as divine and luring to the senses, or as vanisher of silence and relaxation of the mind? The bar you have set is unreachable by myself and the people, its height far too much to see with this human eye, and it is believed that if I were to fail you, the bar would lower a speck on the cheek. If I were to stop trying and lie down in my sorrow, the bar would drop to a place realistic. But if I were to die as still as a stone, that bar would stop, and neither person nor expectation of living would longer exist this world I once thought I knew. So I guess we're going to close out our program with that. Thank you all for coming. You all did really well tonight.
For the participation. This is a part of the program. I just wanted to thank all the people